all I could do was just stand and let the tears fall. I just said, okay. You're really sure you want me to let go? It's like, let go. Let go. So I know, and I've always told you, when I'm talking to you, I'm talking about what I've been through, and I've been through this like the last 4 or 5 days ago. Those places that scare you become the place, the catalyst for the transformation. And I let go. And I let go. I was crying, got on the plane, I was crying and crying. I said, okay, help me experience this in a different kind of way. And what I realized was the mind was writing a script that wasn't true. The mind was writing a script, excuse me, let the cough that way, that was telling me that if you do this, this is going to happen. Or if you do this, this is what it's going to mean. So you can't let go. Or if you do this, you're going to lose something. And so as I stood and sat in the seat, and I let the tears fall, and I just said to the president, you help me understand how to experience this in a bigger way. So then the next piece was look at it through their eyes. Okay. So, and you don't have to. You ask these wonderful things, and when you accept that you're the creator and they show up in your life, you just gotta go with it. So I said, okay, I'll look at this through the other person's eyes. And I could see it, and I could understand it, and I could feel it more importantly. And I could see and feel myself just shifting and let it go and let it go and let it go and let it go. And it's the realization that the presence who keeps the stars up in the sky, who monitors everything that's going on without any input from me, is also the presence that's taking care of everything in my life. And so I let go. I let go. I let go. It took a whole plane flight that was really like a 5-hour flight because I was up and I was down and I was up and I was down to really move that energy. But the biggest realization and awareness was that it was my mind that was telling me all of the stories that were keeping me holding on and in the tug of war in this situation. And that's how I was being in the situation, which wouldn't allow it to flow with grace and ease. So as I changed, as I shift, as I let go, not only did I let go of the struggle and the tug of war, but what I did and what I felt was that I fell into God. I fell into that presence. I fell into awareness of a oneness. I fell into something that was bigger and vast, as opposed to this little, small, narrow struggle that was going on with my mind. And so that's where the catalytic part happens. That's where the transformation happens. That's where it became sacred. Because by the time I got off the plane, it was about God. It was about something bigger. It was about the presence. It was about letting it go to something that already had it in the first place. It was my mind that was telling me that I could actually do something about it. And so those things that we think we can control, we really can't. And so letting go becomes scary as well. Only if your mind gets to tell the story and write the script. So what do we do with it? We get scared, we know that. We know how come it's not us, it's a smaller self, the ego self that's getting scared. It's getting nervous because it's getting exposed for the illusion that it is. The fact that it's not real, that it can't sustain itself, that it's only so big that it's narrow, so it's very, very nervous about the realization that now that it's bursted your heart open, that you may actually wake up to who you really are. So that's where your meditation practices come in. You get comfortable with sitting still. You really won't have to go to God and say, well, what are we going to do? God already knows what's going to be done, just waiting for us to show up to the same place to receive it. So what we're doing in this being still, what we're doing in this meditative state, what we're doing in moving away from being distracted to everything external is, as Thomas said, returning within. And we're being with it. Be with it. Moms, caretakers, fixers, rescuers, be with it. Don't fix it. Don't fix it. Don't medicate it. Don't repress it. Don't ignore it. Just feel it. You can feel it. You really can feel uncertainty and be okay with it. It's just the energy. We just label the energy uncertainty. We label the energy fear. We label it all these things. But don't get into the story of, oh, well, I'm feeling uncertain right now. I'm just feeling something right now. Where am I feeling it? In my body? Where am I feeling it? Feel it. Breathe it. Be with it. And as you do that more and more, allow yourself to open up to feeling the oneness with you in presence right there in that moment. I came that you would have life and life more abundant. It's right there in that moment. You will find that all of that dissolves as you yield to the presence. All of the fear, all of the uncertainty. It's just an uneasiness, and it's really fleeting. What makes it seem larger is the mind having a whole conversation and script about it. Notice it the next time it comes. It's fleeting discomfort. It's fleeting uneasiness. It's fleeting restlessness. But when the mind attaches something to it, it then becomes this whole big, huge play with scene 1, 2, and 3. But it's not that. It's fleeting. Sit with it. It will dissolve into the bigness, the largeness, the vastness of God that is there in that moment. That's what your meditation is for. That's how come you're sitting in stillness. That's how come you're moving into appreciating everything that you have in this very moment, no matter what it is. And that's how the places that scare you, around family, around friends, around yourself, those places become the catalyst for sacred transformations in your life. So can you say this, because I want you to hold on to this out loud and to yourself, though. The secret place, the safe secret now, the places that scare me, are the catalysts